I'm ready.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning. How are we doing today?
Doing good.
That's good. I'm Chris. I here with Arling House Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Yeah.
Francis?
Yes.
All right, Francis. You care if I come in?
Come on in.
All right. Let me throw these on real quick. Francis, before I step all the way in, is it okay where my van's parked at?
Perfect.
Cool. I'm not blocking anybody in?
No.
All right. If you need me to move it, just holler at me and I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. So we off work today? Any time restraints? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No time restraints.
Okay. You're going to enjoy the nice weather outside?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All
Watch
right.
you work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's fine by me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're out here today for the Happy House Club member cooling inspection. Is that correct?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, Francis, I just want to take a minute and thank you for being a member with us. You know, you guys are our valued customers. And we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
First place I usually like to start is the thermostat, if you don't mind going there.
Yeah, it's right here.
Cool. All right. Before we hop into that, Francis, I just want to run through the agenda real quick.
Okay.
How, like, the expectation of how today's call is going to go.
Yeah.
So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go take a look at that indoor unit. From there, I'm going to ask you a few questions. You feel free to ask me a few questions along the way.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a thorough evaluation of your indoor and outdoor system,
Okay.
both of them. Francis, if I was having to notice anything that I feel like I should bring to your attention, can I do so?
Yes.
Cool. If anything like that does come up, I'll put that in a list of options for you. We can sit down and review those together.
Okay.
But I won't get started on any work without your approval.
Okay.
If you approve of any work, I can get that started today if you'd like. But Francis, overall, I want to make sure that I'm giving you a 5-star experience throughout the entire time that I'm here.
Okay.
If I'm not doing so, can you please let me know so I can change it?
Definitely. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to take a few notes as we go along.
Okay.
So how's the system been doing for you, Francis?
It's been working.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problems or anything? No issues?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Cool. So I see that you have it set at about 70 degrees here.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that it's getting to 70 degrees throughout the entire home?
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no hot or cold spots throughout the house?
No. No.
Okay. Cool. Is there any other discomforts in the home?
It's a little stuffy.
A little stuffy?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little damp.
I do see that it's about 68% humidity in the home. Is that affecting you guys at all?
I mean, yeah. You know how the windows start getting sweaty. You know, from I guess the humidity. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little, stuffy and damp. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best to try to figure out a solution for that problem.
Okay.
See if we can get that resolved today, if that's something that you would like to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's about all I have at the thermostat, if you don't mind taking me to the furnace, unless
Yeah.
you have any questions for me.
No.
Okay.
Follow me. Here she is.
Okay. I see that she was put in about 7 years ago, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you the one that had it put in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Francis, how long are we looking to stay in the home?
It's probably my forever home.
Forever home?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to get as long as we can out of the system.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. Francis, last thing I have for you before I get started is, like I was talking about that thorough evaluation a minute ago.
Yeah.
Part of that thorough evaluation is a safety inspection. And I'm going to check the carbon monoxide detectors, smoke alarms, and the fire extinguishers, if you have any of those.
Pretty much, but I don't know about a fire extinguisher. I might
Okay.
have one somewhere.
Okay. Well, when I'm doing that thorough evaluation, I'll ask you where those are, and then I'll take a look at them, make sure that the sensors are working and the batteries are operating.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, do you have any questions for me before I get started?
No.
Cool. I'm going to get started. It'll take me about 60 to 90 minutes. Is it okay if I grab you at any point?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'll be upstairs.
Cool. If you have any questions for me while I'm going along, just come down and ask me. And
Okay.
We'll figure it out from there.
Awesome.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Francis, you have a second to come down here?
Sure do.
Cool. All right, Francis. So, a few things that I noticed. Do you know if you have a filter present in the home?
I think it's my last one.
Okay, cool. Well, if you look here, it's getting a little dirty. We have a little buildup.
Yeah.
It's getting about that time to change it.
Okay.
How often are we changing that filter?
Like 6 months.
Every 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. So usually when we're coming out here?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Even though this is dirty, this blower reel down here, if you look, it's pretty clean.
Yeah.
So obviously you are changing that when it's needed.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's smart of you to change that filter out as much as you can, or when you have us out here.
Yeah.
Just maintaining the system and taking care of it, because you said that you wanted to get as long as you can out of it.
Yeah.
And that's, the way to do it.
Okay.
And then we had talked about that stuffiness and, that high humidity level in the home. So a solution to that is, I know you have the humidifier, but do you know what a dehumidifier is?
No, no.
Okay. Well, it's essentially the exact opposite of what that does. So it's going to make it more dry in the home, but it's going to balance out that humidity level and keep it between 35 and 50%. We're at about 68 upstairs, but we want to be in that 35 to 50%.
Okay.
Because if not, then other things come into factor, like the discomfort,
Yeah.
and then it can also hurt the home as well.
Yeah.
Like wood
Yeah.
is going to expand when it gets wet, and then it's going to contract, so then it can also damage the home as well.
Okay.
If you didn't know that.
No.
But a dehumidifier is a solution to that, so I'll put that in the list of options,
Okay.
and we can, talk about that later. And then I noticed that your humidifier, is it operating? Are you using it?
I shut it off.
Okay. Well, if at any point you're going to want to use it, if you want to look over here. So this pad right here,
Yeah.
see how it's getting a little bacterial growth on it?
Yeah.
It's getting a little buildup. So what I recommend is having a humidifier service done so that if at any point you do want to use this, you have the humidifier service done. And what that consists of is taking this pad out, replacing this pad, cleaning this, what it sits in right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And then this thing, which is called a solenoid, and it's basically where the water passes through to use the humidifier.
Okay.
And there's a little filter in here that we clean, make sure that it's not getting clogged or backed
Okay.
up.
Okay.
And then that's what that consists of.
Okay.
So that if like at any point you want to use that. And then on the outdoor unit, I noticed that you didn't have a start assist. Do you know what a start assist is?
No, I don't. Sure don't.
Okay. Well, start assist essentially is going to take pressure off of that outdoor unit and help it start up each time so that it's not overworking itself, because that initial startup, it's going to have a jolt of power.
Yeah.
And then over time, it's like anything that uses energy or power.
Yeah.
Over time, that that hard start initially, every time you turn it on,
Yeah.
is going to wear it down.
Okay.
It's going to hurt it, and what that does is it's going to prolong the life of your system, and it's going to make your system not work as hard turning on.
Okay.
And then last thing, Francis, is this condensate pump down here.
Yeah.
Where your water's running through and it's just pumping that through, so it's making sure that the drain is
Yeah.
working properly. And if that gets backed up, what do you think is going to happen?
It's probably going to the system, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just getting a little buildup. It's getting a little slimy down here if you want to look at it with the flashlight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what we can do is we can clean that out, drain it, make sure that it's operating properly.
Okay.
But that's about all I have, Francis. I'm going to take everything that we just talked about, put it in a list of options, and then we can sit down and get further into it if you
Okay.
like.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be out in the truck. I'll take about.
Just come back in if you want.
Okay. Cool. It'll take me about 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right, Francis. You want to sit down at the table real quick?
Yeah. Here, let me get a chair for you.
Oh,
Here you go.
thank you.
You're welcome. You hungry?
No, I'm all right.
You're good? Okay.
All right, Francis. So up here at the top, I had jotted down a few notes that we talked about today from the beginning of the call. And then here we have the observations, so the start of the call till now. So you called us out today for your Happy House Club member cooling inspection.
Yeah.
And then you informed me that you have lived in the home for about 6 years, and then you plan to make this the forever home.
Yeah.
Right? So we went ahead and did that thorough evaluation of your indoor and outdoor system. And then from that evaluation, we had noticed that the humidity levels were high, causing that discomfort. And then that filter was dirty and needed to be replaced eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
The humidifier needed that service.
Okay.
It had that growth and build up.
Yeah.
And then we didn't have a hard start present on that outdoor unit. And also that condensate is getting it's getting a little backed up, and it's got that growth as well.
Okay.
And then we have our C options below. So our first option you're going to see here is going to have a solution to everything that we had talked about. It's going to be the best option that we have on here for you, which is going to help you out the most. Take care of everything that we talked about, essentially.
Okay.
Kind of just dwindles down from there.
Okay.
But I'm going to hand this over to you and let you see this. If there's any questions you have, you just feel free to ask me,
Awesome.
and then you tell me how to proceed from there.
Okay. So, remind me again what a dehumidifier. You said there was two different kinds.
So you have the ducted and the non-ducted. With the size of the home and everything, you do not need that ducted one. You will do with the non-ducted.
Okay. Okay. So that's just gonna be put anywhere down the basement.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let me see here. I'm gonna go with System Care.
Okay. Is there any reason that you went with System Care versus any other ones, or anything that stood out to you?
Yeah. I mean, just for now, I'm gonna go with that
Okay.
and
All
see
right.
how everything turns out.
Okay. All right.
I mean, initially here.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
I'll get that knocked out for you.
Cool.